Just kind of talk about the rotation. You kind of getting one chiseled out a little bit closer now.
Somewhat. We still working on that, and it's a matter of just getting guys a little more comfortable. There's still some work we got to do with those young guys. I kept them a little bit after practice, and but it's still a lot of work to do. But it's kind of shaping up, but it ain't where we trying to get it, where we know exactly what we're gonna do exactly. But it's shaping up.
Whitaker and Carter, though, they've pretty much solidified their starting roles.
It's still some work got to be done. You know, I don't want those guys to think right now that, you know, they've gotten there and they've arrived, you know, because, you know, I always tell them you're only as good as your last rep. So I think they understand that, and I didn't see a drop off with them trying to, you know, they work with the first group most of the time, but, you know, they're not going to be asked to do it all, the whole game. And there's some young guys going to get in the game for the first time, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens.
Who are the guys pushing Whitaker and Carter the most?
You know what? I think that, you know, Jamal Travis has done a great job this camp, and the young guy Sigler, he's been a guy that people talked about, and he didn't even play defensive line in high school, so it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts. And Blackson and Gabe Wright, you know, we got 6 guys in there. We're thinking that the first game we're going to probably line up and get somewhere in the game, and they're going to play somewhere against Utah State.
Well, Mike, you didn't hear much about Travis until this camp. He surprised you a little bit?
Just like Troop is coaching, man. Come on. You know what? That kid has worked hard, and he's kind of been behind the 8 ball a little bit. You know, nobody really talks about him. Nobody really, you know, mentions him when they talk about the depth chart. But he's kind of put a chip on his shoulder and really worked himself in his position to help this football team in some capacity.
Is Sigler playing tackle and end?
He's playing tackle. He's a tackle. He's an inside guy.
Have you ever had a tackle who was a linebacker in high school?
Yeah, me.
First year?
Me.
I know. That's true.
No, I'm just kidding. But you know, the thing about with him playing linebacker in high school, there's no bad habits to break. Everything he's learning is for the first time, and so some of the stuff that the other guys have problems with, he don't, because he don't know the bad habits. And so he plays full speed. He's very athletic, and it's going to be interesting to see him out there September 23rd. I don't know who's going to be more excited, him or me.
Me. Mike, when you got this many young guys, does it help to be able to rotate them in there so nobody has to get really tired?
Well, you know, that's the plan. That's the plan. You don't want, with them being young, you know, when they start getting tired, their fundamentals start going down. And but you know, that is the plan, to keep them fresh, keep them going. 11 o'clock game, hot. We want to try to play as many of them as we can.
Amen.
Talk about Blackson. I mean, he's a guy that didn't have very much experience at all. And, you know, how has he come along in playing defensive tackle?
You know, he's come along. He's made strides. He missed a little time, but he's made strides. But he's a work in progress. You know, that's the thing about Blackson is, you know, he hadn't played it, and the thing, they don't know what you taught him. So, but he is a big man, and when he gets going in one direction, it's hard for people to, some offensive linemen, to stop him. So, but you know, he's going to be an exciting guy to watch. It's, you know, those guys playing their first game in college, and they really don't have any idea what it's going to be like. You got to be prepared for some mistakes just because they hadn't done it. But as long as they bring the effort and they're trying to do what we ask them to do, I think they'll be fine. I think, you know, it's going to be a learning process during the season for them. It's going to be some shortcomings for them just because they hadn't done it before. But overall, I think they'll be fine. You know, they got to learn from their mistakes.